see, is there anything of spectacular interest in here? This is an interesting piece. Back in the mid to late 80s, actually no, it was early 90s, because I was in the Sterling Men's Division. I went into a music store, a little hole-in-the-wall music store, and I asked them if they had anything for the museum, and they showed me a Moog, Micro Moog, and I was like, well, we have one of those already. And then I saw this thing, the word synth was written on the side of it, and it was closed up as it folds up in a suitcase. And I asked them, what about this thing? And they said, like, yo, you don't want that. And I pulled it out and I looked at it, and I'm like, yeah, this is exactly the kind of thing we like to have in the museum. Because people don't know this was even made. They didn't make a lot of these. I'd never heard of it before. I'd never seen it in the literature anywhere. The Korg synth bass. It's got a plug-in here for pedals, so you can actually use it like a Taurus. And it's got the usual range of controls on a Korg. And I offered the guy $25 for it. And there was two kids there, basically, and one of them said, well, I have to find out how much money we have into it. And the other one said, no, take his money now, we'll never sell this thing. Fortunately, cooler heads did not prevail, and I was able to buy this, which somebody has customized the key colors on. They did a pretty good job, though, I think. This machine is extremely versatile. It's an Electrocomp 101, and it actually has 4 VCOs, which most synths don't have that many, unless you get into a big modular machine. I mean, even the Moog 35 only has 5 VCOs, I think it is, or 6. So you've got continuously variable waveforms, you've got envelopes, you've got a sample and hold, you've got just all kinds of nifty modulation routing possibilities. And on top of that, you've got a complete patch bay at the top, so you could use, if you were wondering what those little 1-foot cords are good for at the music store, this is what you use them for. The last person to use this had a very interesting sound setup. I'm going to see if I can get it back to something a little more normal. And the filters lets you do things that you don't normally do on a synth, because you can't. You've got the continuously variable waveforms, which are very interesting also. You set the filter so it's not interfering with the sound. There's a triangle wave, and it crossfades to a square. Which then crossfades to a sawtooth. Which then crossfades to a sawtooth 8 octaves up. I'm sorry, 8 VA is 1 octave up. Seal in Italy made a piece called the Orchestra 1, which was sold in the United States as the ARP Quartet. And they made another piece called the Orchestra 2, which was more involved. and that was sold in the United States as the Sequential Prelude. And you see this ARP and the Sequential, and they're actually both made by Seal. Seal also made Sequential's Pianoforte, I think. I'd have to check. We don't have one. Sometimes when we get donations, they actually come in the original packaging.
Wow.
As happened with our SH-101. We also have the MC-202 box. Let me just see if there's any cool drawings on it. No, it's kind of boring looking.
Do you have an MC-202?
I believe the box is not empty. Would you like to? Of course, I'd like to see it.
Of course.
Just a moment. Question is, does Xena go on at 1 or 5 today? They keep moving Xena around. I can never figure out when she's going to be on.
Do you have Spirit by Kumar here? Ask and you shall receive.
Oh. A Kumar Spirit. This was actually designed with help from Bob Moog. Okay. Oh, with the original owner's manual and everything.
Wow.
Oh, look at that. It's David White and I. We worked on one of these just recently. One of the slide pots had failed. And we were having an argument over whether the 3 green ones went on the source mixer or not. But apparently they do.
Were you right or wrong in that argument?
Well, we try not to make our people look bad, but I was right. Okay.
Oh, what's this in here?
Ah, you found the Cheerleaders Corporation Cindy 3.
Wow.
That's best left ignored.
Yeah.
I think so. We could show you the Cheerleaders Corporation logo, I suppose.
Oh, sure.
What I'm going to have to do is
skate around us.
I'm going to have to lift up this Poly 6.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh, cord. Okay. Leave the cord, take the picture, and there's no cheerleader on this side. She must be on the other side.
Oh.
Oh, darn. For all that and no cheerleader. Ah. Oh. Well, anyways.
Say la vie.
Yeah. This is a Star Instruments PS1, the Sinair percussion synthesizer. The Star Instruments company was actually made, it was people who had left Electronic Music Laboratories who made the Electrocomps. And this unit has a number of interesting features that actually call back to the earlier product they had, the Sinair 3. Shut up, Pikachu. And as a professional computer scientist with 20 years experience and a bachelor's degree with honors in computer science, I'm still having trouble with that computer crap. You know, it's all you know. In the old days, if you knew Boolean algebra and if you knew finite state mathematics, you could do anything. Today, you have to learn. Well, this is what Microsoft does. This is how they do it. This is what you have to do to get Microsoft payments. You got something?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to give you a D'Angelo's versus Boston Tribute receipt. One of those. 1819. And he's also Analog Keys, ANALOGKEYS, at AOL.com. You're not supposed to be able to get the modular mode sounds out of the X75. Never take a no for an answer, especially for a machine. The machines are here to serve us. I want the sound, go synthesizer. And there you have it. There it is, here it is, my last. This is one of the most difficult sounds I've ever created on a synthesizer.